800 values for New Year human being. So GardenIII. 479. It is impossible to build a beautiful homestead in the wilderness of soul and in the desert of culture. Even if it is momentarily established, such homestead cannot stand battering of rainstorms. Different cultures give rise to different human groups, and different human groups give birth to different social systems. 480. Do you want to have a rough time? That's easy. You will certainly have a lot of hardships to endure if you insist on splitting hairs and do not open your soul, and if you always think that you are correct. Do you want to be pleased and happy? No problem. You will enjoy boundless pleasure and happiness if you open your soul and think in unconventional way and can realize that you are wrong. 481. The pursuit of pleasure and happiness in reality begins with the restoration of spiritual perception and the cleansing of soul. Only if the frequency of our soul are the same as that of the greatest great and resonates with it, can we enjoy infinite pleasure and happiness. Even the discomfort and diseases in our flesh are caused by the dirt in our souls. 482. Any disease, be it heart trouble, arthritis, cancer, or AIDS, stems from a problem in the structure of life form. The root does not lie in the superficial form, but in the essence. The structures of our bodies will change with the change of our soul. To have a healthy body, we should first have a healthy and sound soul. 483. The eating of poisonous food will not affect one's soul. Instead, it will only harm the physical health of the eater. Therefore, neither smokers nor meat eaters nor wine drinkers will go to hell. Whether one goes to hell or heaven had nothing with cigarettes, wine, and meat, but is directly related to the non-material structure of life. 484. The best recipe for keeping a beautiful soul is following teachings of Jesus Christ and the ceremony. The next approach is to conduct self-improvement and self-refining in lifetime. 485. Perfection is created by perfection, and defects are caused by defects. A beautiful soul can perceive beauty, and an ugly soul can perceive only ugliness. 486. There is no jealousy in the paradise. Equally, there exists no complaint in 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, and a celestial island continent in the land of heaven. All those who yearn for the beautiful future and wish to live in heaven should not harbor jealousy and complaint. If people engage in self-improvement and self-refining do not get rid of jealousy and complaint, they cannot enter the heaven. 487. Jealousy reflects an ugly soul. Jealousy arises from comparison. The comparison with others in our category breeds jealousy. Jealousy indicates defects of non-material structure of life. Jealousy is a disease of soul, which represents the ugliness of human nature. Jealousy will cause harm not only to oneself but also to one's kindred, community, and society. Jealousy stands for narrow-mindedness and lack of self-confidence. Jealousy marks the degeneration of man into wickedness. A jealous person can never go to heaven. 488. To eliminate jealousy, one must engage in self-improvement and self-refining. Since jealousy arises from the community life, it is necessary to carry out self-improvement and self-refining in the community life. One can never despair of jealousy if he conducts self-improvement and self-refining behind a closed door. 489. The most expansive ocean can accommodate the greatest number of rivers. The most open soul is most likely to give birth to the greatest thought. People who are not particular about their food are most stored. People who obtain the most love are those who devote their love unselfishly to as many people as they can. 490. Conscience is the touchstone to verify whether one has a perfect soul. It is also a watershed to demonstrate the achievement of one's self-cultivation and self-refining. More importantly, it is the best credential by which to judge whether a person can enter the land of heaven. Perfect conscience is the symbol of a person's purity of soul. Have a good conscience and you will be rewarded with endless fortune and good luck. However, a bad conscience can only invite infinite disasters. 491. Admiration leads to perfection, while fastidiousness brings about deformity. Only people with a rich soul are capable of praising and admiring others. People destitute in soul never admire and praises others. A person with a perfect self often admires and praises others, while a person with an ugly self often is fault-finding and always debases others. 492. Be fault-finding at others' blemishes, and the blemish will be magnified. However, if you admire others' virtue, the virtue will be magnified. To ensure the pleasure and the happiness of others, Chinese advocates that we turn a blind eye to the blemishes of other people and eulogize their strong points. In this way, with time, people will become more kind-hearted, will have beautiful soul, will be grateful, reasonable, and understanding. 493. You can shower words of praise. Good weather is favorable for the growth of crops, and the fine words are beneficial to the development of friendship. 494. Discover and think about more of others' advantages and strengths. Pay less attention to their weaknesses and shortcomings. Think more about your own weaknesses and shortcomings, and do not flaunt your own advantages and strengths. 495. Follow sincerity, kindness, and beauty closely, and shun falsity, weakness, and ugliness. Have a pious heart in achieving Buddhahood, and run towards Celestial Island continent. 496. We should first conquer and perfect ourselves. On the earth, few are immaculate. Everyone has his defects. A person with defects is not entitled to indulge others. Let's first think about ourselves and have an introspection if we feel angry about other people's shortcomings and defects. If we attempt to educate and guide others, if we are not pleased with everything we have seen, and if we reprehend and complain against others. 497. A mind bent on comparison is a mind bent on weakness. Once one's mind begins comparison, the peace of mind will be disturbed. The result will be making trouble out of nothing, and trouble may even arise from within. A mind bent on comparison represents the insufficient self-confidence and connotations, the lack of understanding of common sense, the confused thinking, and the lack of understanding of the value and the significance of life. 498. All tragedies are caused by the imperfect self. What's worse, we are reluctant to face reality and recognize our defects. We always focus our complaint and reprehension on others. A life of this kind is too hypocritical, too elusive, too vainglorious, and too unfortunate. Your suffering may never end if you escape from yourself and are afraid of facing yourself truthfully. One can get away from the abyss of misery and reach the land of heaven only by facing reality. 499. Wrath represents barbarism, ignorance, and the lack of civilization and good upbringing. 500. Hatred is the poison to oneself and the others. 501. Suspicion is the symbol of intolerance and abnormal mentality. 502. Complaint is a poisonous arrow shot at others. Do not harbor complaint against others. Everyone follows his own track of life and life. Everyone has his debts to pay. Everyone has his personality and specialty, and everyone has his own mission and responsibility. Do not complain no matter how well or how badly others have done something, because complaint is a poisoned arrow.